Hello everybody, I am back filming now and I'm feeling fantastic. I'm feeling so well, and wellness is the topic of my choosing today because the wellness industry is very interesting to me. It is worth $4.5 trillion, it's 5% or more of the global economic output, and I don't know whether it's a con or not. Am I drinking kiwi smoothies because I'm being sold them, or are they actually making me feel better?
Sitting on my neighbour's chair.
It's missing 2 legs, yet it's still usable. I call that thrifty. Hi Emily Hall. I'm back in the mode of protecting myself and others from potentially being unwell.
Okay.
I'm actually here to talk to you about feeling well. Do you feel well?
I feel fine. I think it's certainly impacting all of us, like being working from home and like not being with everyone.
I've had a week off,
right,
and I've done multiple things to try and make myself feel as good as I possibly can. Perhaps I've gone overboard. I'm talking breathing techniques, yoga, the amount of downward dogs I've done.
That's good that you've like really made that effort. At the beginning of lockdown I was exercising a lot, but I've not exercised for like months because I know that does like help.
What normally makes you feel better? Are there quick fixes that you go to?
Well, I mean,
topple
a
a government.
fix is a gin, right?
It's a gin. Well, no, that is a form of wellness.
Yeah, I mean, a long-term fix would be me actually, you know, planning my days and getting up and exercising and cooking a nice dinner. And quick fix is calling your mates up and going to the pub.
We no longer just want to buy things, we want to have experiences and we want to make ourselves feel better. Has that changed from like the start of Instagram where it was more about what you could buy to now let's do a Joe Wicks morning routine and get those endorphins?
I think people are just much more comfortable talking about it. I think it's really been normalised in terms of like how much you say about how you feel, and like you should be more open with your friends about it. I definitely think our generation's much better at that. Of all my friends, I think 95% of them would feel comfortable being like, I literally feel really shit at the moment, or having that open conversation, whereas actually even I think a few years ago like you wouldn't do. I think that's just like transpired online. I definitely think with everything around Black Lives Matter, like it's made people feel more comfortable about talking about subjects online that you maybe wouldn't do before and you would have shied away, and that would have been kind of like all closed doors conversation, whereas I feel like everyone feels much more comfortable with putting their opinions out there, because otherwise what's the point of us being all on social, you know?
Do you think it's in the campaigns that we work with, influencers feeling good, even the people that we're working with, is more of a primary focus now? You know, making sure that everyone is healthy and happy.
I think the relationships we have with influencers varies also. Like there's so many agents now, like you don't have that direct contact, whereas actually I would say a few years ago it was probably different. Like you had more of a personal relationship with the influencers. When I was managing campaigns like 3 years ago, like everything was done on WhatsApp. Like I was like chatting to these girls like my mates, whereas like now it's like a much more formal process. Like you've got an agent involved. Also they would say to you like, you know, I'm not feeling great about a thing.
And you'd say, get on the bloody sun lounger, top up your tan and have a gin. So that's my small room, isn't it? Yeah. I want some answers about whether we are being suckered in by an insidious industry that is making us feel like we're bettering ourselves, but actually we're buying yoga mats and we're buying kettlebells and we're buying supplements. And what are your opinions on well-being, the industry, and social media's kind of inclination to feed us more?
I think there's 2 parts to it. Obviously it is a booming industry, but I think that's just because people are becoming more aware of the fact that we need it. Like we need this industry to be here in order to thrive and in order to be okay, because I think things like burnouts and stuff have got a lot more, like people are a lot more able to talk about it now. We need to have like a better work-life balance, have these yoga mats and do more exercise and have time to fit it in. I think the more aware people become of the fact that this should be normal and okay, then the better, I think.
What do you do to feel better, to feel well?
So for me, what I learnt during quarantine, because I was on a very unhealthy lifestyle, like January, February, March.
Like deep fried Mars bars?
Sorry?
Deep fried Mars bars?
I love deep fried
Really?
Mars bars. I mean, I was out all the time and I was drinking all the time, and I wasn't feeling good, I wasn't feeling healthy, I wasn't feeling happy in like myself. And then I moved back home with my parents, obviously wasn't drinking, and also was so stressed about coronavirus that I was like, what can I do to make myself feel healthier, feel better? And so I started running. So that was my thing. When you start running, you're like, why on earth would anyone do this to their body?
Yeah.
Like, what is the gain here? Nothing. You can't breathe, you're sweating.
You get lactic acid.
Yes. When you start, it's horrible, and it honestly took me about 2 months to start enjoying it. When I did, I was like, oh, this is why people do it.
So the wellness industry is absolutely booming. It's worth trillions of dollars, but that does not mean that you have to go out there and buy an expensive yoga mat and expensive bath salts. I've just bought both. There are free talks on YouTube about exercise routine, diet information, meditation techniques. The resources out there on social platforms are limitless. And I've just started tapping into them. I think I'm a little bit behind the curve, but I am feeling very well indeed. Thank you for watching. Tune in again tomorrow. Tomorrow? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Are you ready? This is my whole week's learning.
Right. Christ.